Siberia, 1995. Professor Alexander Chuvyarov of Dashka State University in Russia was investigating an ancient migration theory that early Asians once crossed the Ural Mountains and spread across the world, when he heard a strange rumor from local residents. It was a story passed down from ancient times. The legend of the white stone slabs. According to locals, there were hundreds of these slabs, filled with mysterious symbols and drawings no one could decipher. Chuvyarov wondered if these stones might contain information that could support his migration hypothesis. Upon returning to Russia and digging deeper into reports of these white stones, he came across a short note in the early 20th century research journal of Professor Schmidt, an archaeologist active at the time. In the Bashkir region of the Ural Mountains, there is a remote village called Chandar. There I witnessed several white stone slabs with unknown markings. Although fragmented, the record convinced Chuvyarov that the rumor might not be mere folklore. In 1998, he organized an expedition to search for the slabs and set out for the Ural Mountains. Helicopters were even deployed to survey the mountainous Chandar village, as the team was eager to turn a hypothesis into a proven theory. However, what they thought would be a straightforward investigation turned out to be far more difficult. Most villagers acknowledged that such white slabs existed, but said things like, "They are divine inscriptions that cannot be seen by human eyes," or "Traces remained in our ancestors' time, but none survive today." None of it provided any practical clues. Chuvyarov began to suspect that this was not a legend rooted in reality, but rather an old village folktale passed down over generations. It was a disappointing conclusion, yet without further evidence he had reached a dead end. Then the village elder Vladimir Kranov approached Chuvyarov and said something intriguing. "I'm not sure if it's the slab you're looking for, but in my yard there's a stone that has been passed down for generations. We call it the Dashka Stone." Intrigued, Chuvyarov led his team to the elder's home. And just as Kranov had said, there was indeed an old stone slab resting in his yard. It was quite large, 148 centimeters tall, 106 centimeters wide, and 16 centimeters thick. The moment Chuvyarov saw it, he felt a strange sense of déjà vu. At first glance, it appeared to be just an ordinary rock, but the cracks and contours within the slab looked astonishingly similar to the actual topography of the Bashkir region. Realizing this might not be an ordinary stone, Chuvyarov arranged for the slab to be transported, using heavy machinery and helicopters, to his university laboratory for analysis. Soon, astonishing findings emerged. Just as he had suspected, the stone depicted a map of part of the Bashkir region. 3 river systems, the Balaya, Ufimka, and Sutolka, were clearly visible, along with intricately detailed canyons extending from them. The relief of the valleys was represented in 3-dimensional form, using the rock's texture to show depth. Believing this could be tangible proof of his theory, Chuvyarov proceeded with geological analysis. Tests revealed that the Dashka stone was composed of 3 distinct layers. The base was made of hard dolomite, within which lay a gem-like layer of diopside, and the outer surface was coated with a 2-millimeter thick layer of calcium film. This was a structure impossible to have formed naturally. From the precisely parallel inner mineral layers to the protective coating, it was clearly man-made, crafted with intention to preserve the map from external damage. It appeared to be an ancient map deliberately engineered by an unknown civilization. Next came age testing of the Dashka stone. Based on his own theory, Chuvyarov estimated the artifact to be around 3,000 years old. To be certain, his team examined not only the stone, but also fossilized shell fragments embedded with it. What they discovered defied all expectations. 2 distinct species of marine fossils were found. One identified as Navicupsina munitus, a species that lived roughly 500 million years ago, and another as a Culeomphalus princeps, which existed about 120 million years ago. This meant that whoever created the map might have lived up to 500 million years ago, implying the existence of a prehistoric super-ancient civilization. If true, it would completely overturn the established history of humankind. These findings were published in June 2002 in the Russian newspaper Pravda, under the sensational headline, "The Map of the Creator." The report caused an uproar in academic circles. Experts who examined the photographs offered a variety of opinions, yet one astonishing detail caught particular attention. The map's scale was measured at 1 to 11 million, a level of precision that could only be achieved through aerial observation from an altitude high enough to view entire regions at once. If this map truly had been created hundreds of millions of years ago, could that mean its creators possessed aviation technology? Mystics and alternative historians proposed another theory that the Dashka Stone was merely a fragment of a massive world map, and that when the pieces were assembled, they would form an even grander blueprint of the entire Earth. If the hundreds of mysterious slabs described in the legends of Chandar were all parts of this same map, its full scale might represent the entire planet. Skeptics, however, strongly disagreed. They argued that the matching contours between the slab's cracks and the Bashkir region's river systems were purely coincidental, and that using shell fossils to date the map was a logical leap. Seeking more rigorous verification, Chuvyrovs sent the Dashka Stone to the Historical Cartography Center at the University of Wisconsin in the United States for independent analysis. The research team there announced plans to reconstruct the surface of the stone in 3D, using computer graphics and to compare it against topographical databases. Many expected that advanced technology would finally reveal the truth. But for unknown reasons, the Wisconsin researchers never released any updates or results. Some speculated that the tests had shown the object to be an ordinary rock, thus they saw no reason to publish further. Yet curiously, no official statement saying it's just a rock was ever made. This silence led others to believe that the researchers had uncovered something so shocking that its disclosure was being deliberately withheld. To this day, the truth remains undisclosed. Known variously as the Map of the Creator, the Divine Blueprint, or the relic of a super-ancient civilization, the true origin and purpose of the Dashka Stone remains shrouded in mystery. Some claim it supports the Earth Reset theory. The idea that a brilliant, technologically advanced civilization once thrived on Earth long ago, only to be destroyed by some cataclysmic event, forcing humanity to restart from the Stone Age. During the billions of years unrecorded in history, who can say that ancient humanity did not once reach the same technological heights we enjoy today? Countless ages have passed, enough time for nature to erase every trace of their existence from the surface of the Earth. Dismissed by mainstream science as mere speculation, the super-ancient civilization theory and the Earth Reset hypothesis have long been labeled pseudoscience. But perhaps the Dashka Stone stands as the most compelling evidence yet. A divine relic left to remind us of a forgotten age. This was Midnight Journey.